Hi, FlossTube.
Hello, FlossTube.
I'm Pam.
And I'm Stephanie. And this is Just Keep Stitching. Episode
146.
Wow. Okay. 20 plus 20 plus 3 plus 3 plus 25 plus 50 plus 20 plus 2 plus 3 is 146. Cause math.
Too fast for me.
Woo!
Maybe you should go a little slower so that girl out there who's having to check your math, you know.
By 146, she should be pretty good at it.
Okay, hi everybody.
Hello, friends.
How's everybody doing?
Hi.
Hope you've had a good week. Hope you got some stitching in.
Mm-hmm.
We sure have.
Sure have.
And we feel pretty good about it.
Yep, we do. Yeah, we do.
Beyond participating loosely in 24 hours of cross stitch, we have
Just
been doing general stitching and
general stitching.
Yeah, and
hobby stitching.
You've been interacting with the folks.
I have been. So this week it's looking like I'm like our current situation work schedule is where I work Monday, Tuesday, and then I'm off the rest of the week, which is totally cool. But that means that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I get to come on Instagram and hang out with all my friends. So thank you for another fun week of Stay Home with Steph episodes. We are so close to being done with my whip parade. I don't know what I'm going to do after that. So stay tuned because I'm sure I'll come up with something.
And usually I'm around while she's over here. I'm across the room.
Right.
And when somebody comes on one of her Instagram lives,
yeah,
from to us, it sounds like an exotic place.
Correct.
You know, she makes a pretty big deal about it and makes a face at me.
Wild.
And I'm over there. It is wild. It is wild.
Wild times.
Who have you had? You've had
a couple people in Russia.
A couple people in Russia. One in Moscow. Sorry.
And one in Tatarstan.
And
Tatarstan? I don't know.
We're not sure.
But not Ohio.
It's a Russian state. We're not sure. And it's quite interior to the country of Russia. So that makes it even more. We had the
when I do it at 2 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time, it's like roughly something like 4 o'clock in the morning in Australia.
The next day.
In Australia.
Yeah, you had New Zealand one day.
Yep. And they're just getting up, so that's pretty interesting to me. You know, a lot of Europe, which is fantastic because it's evening for them. So like all of our friends in the Netherlands, it's 6 hours ahead, so it's 8 p.m. So it's a reasonable sitting at home stitching time, I think. At least in our house it is. So we've had people from all over, so it's been wonderful. So thank you all for all of your interaction, and for those of you who are not on Instagram or who are unable to catch the lives when they are live, and you're tuning in here on YouTube, thank you so much. Yeah. That's amazing. I'm glad that
I think a lot of people get a lot out of it. They can prop their phones up on their chairs or whatever, their side tables, and stitch while listening to you. Yeah, and I think you get a lot out of it.
I think I do too.
I think not being able to be in the shop as often as you would like,
and interacting with customers at all.
Yeah, it kind of gives you an opportunity to interact with people.
Yeah,
which we're thankful for. We're thankful for.
And it's great because, like, especially when I've been showing my whip parade the last basically all of this week, because in an hour, I mean,
it goes by fast.
It goes by quickly, but it's like taking the project out and talking about the project, and then also thrown out throughout the hour are people asking general questions, whether it's project specific questions, but then, you know, just general cross stitch questions. And so I take the time and answer those, and that's a fun interaction as well. So it's just been really, really fun. Yeah. And I hope that people are getting something out of it. Like Pam said, I definitely am as well. So it's been really fun.
Yeah. So we're going to keep doing that. And
as long as
so if you look at like our past videos, you'll see the ones that have the black on the sides because they are from Instagram. So always those are vertical.
Yes.
So anyway, it's increased our interaction with stitchers everywhere, and
which is great.
That's what it's all about, right?
It is.
Another thing that we're all about is helping, and this started before many of us were given stay-at-home orders, in the United States at least, was trying to help stitchers find each other in person. And of course, once the stay-at-home orders went into effect, that became impossible. But we're going to continue with it because we want people to reach out to each other online and make some connections so that when things open up again someday, that you will be able to... I've got something going on back here, but we're not going to talk about it anymore.
Okay.
That you'll be able to get together in person, which is the main goal. And we call that hashtag Stitch Harmony, which is a takeoff on eHarmony, the
online dating site.
Don't
worry, we don't require that you become romantically involved with the person that we
we want you to be craftily involved, not romantically involved.
Correct. I mean, if it happens, it happens. But it's
and so always remember that. I know people are feeling like can't get together.
Right.
But if you happen to have an interest in eventually meeting up with in-person stitching buddies, just use the hashtag Stitch Harmony. And sometimes, in most instances, it has helped. In most instances, people have made connections since we've been doing this for about 10 episodes now. So,
I haven't heard anyone say that it did anything bad.
So, no, it's all been positive, which is great. When I go through and look for the hashtag in the comments to highlight, I usually talk about that person who's looking for a stitching buddy. I wasn't quick enough this week.
No,
you like that? I was not quick enough.
Right.
We had a hashtag Stitch Harmony comment 4 days ago on last week's video, and even before I could shout that stitcher out, she already got a response.
Yeah, she did.
So you people are getting it, okay? Which is fantastic.
We love it.
All right, so let me start from the beginning. This came to us in a comment after last week's video, and it was from a person who goes by Slow, Steady Stitches, which I think is so cute. And she wrote, hashtag Stitch Harmony, which is what you should do. Anyone/any groups in the Edmonton, Sherwood Park, Fort Saskatchewan, Alberta, Canada area, ? My name is Carrie, and I would love to find a stitchy friend and or group to stitch with, starting virtually, of course. And then she goes on to say, love Pam and Steph. You two are very talented, funny, and just all around awesome. Thank you very much, Carrie. And immediately, not immediately, but 2 or 3 days later, she got a reply
to
that comment from a lovely woman named Carol, and I may butcher this, Carol, I'm sorry, Atrix, I'm going to say.
Oh, good, because I was going to say Atrix. So
I'm going to say Atrix. Okay. And she responded to Carrie's post, and she said, Slow, Steady Stitches, hi, Carrie. I live in Edmonton.
Oh, man.
I was thinking of posting on this site, so I am very happy to see your post. My email address is, and she gives her email, so please drop me a line. It would be great to connect.
Stitch Harmony.
Stitch Harmony, it works.
Yes, it's happening. But, however, so thank you so much, Carol, for your immediate reply to Carrie. That's so wonderful.
Wonderful.
But for those of you who are wondering maybe how exactly does this work, like you live in any of the places that she listed, Edmonton, Sherwood Park, Fort Saskatchewan, Alberta, or just, Canada. And, no, I'm kidding. But like in the general area, I know, in the general area that Carrie listed, and apparently also Carol lives.
Right.
And you want to connect with Carrie and maybe Carol as well, then please comment on this video and saying, hi, Carrie, I live in blah, 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 blah. This, just like how Carol did.
Right.
So, and then Carrie can go back and she can read through the comments of this video and she can see if there's anybody else. And maybe then there can become a little group and it would be amazing.
Well, she said there's already, didn't she say there's already a group? No group, but the two can be the beginnings of a group.
Exactly. And so if
Carrie and Carol.
Yes.
Wonderful.
So, also, if you are out there in the world and you're a stitcher and you are looking to connect with maybe somebody locally to you and you want our help in doing that connecting, we would love to help you do that.
Right.
Comment on this video using the hashtag Stitch Harmony. Let us know where you live and we could potentially pick you to be next week's featured commenter.
Right. All right. So the other thing we do at this point in the show is...
No, I'm kidding.
Pam's Pin Comment.
Did I play that correctly?
No, you blow into the bigger...
Okay, wow.
Okay.
How many weeks have I played a kazoo now?
I know. Enough of the kazoo. Anyway, Pam's Pin Comment comes to us 5 days ago after last week's video. I had to use this one, you know. It came to us from a woman named Monica Boudreau.
Hello, Monica. I see you, Monica.
And Monica had to correct Stephanie a little bit because if you recall last week, Stephanie was stitching a squirrel with a pie. Mm-hmm. Okay, came out of the Market Cookbook.
Yeah.
And Stephanie called the little wisps of stitches coming out of the pie as smoke.
Okay, whatever.
Not steam.
Nope.
Smoke. So this is what Monica wrote. She said, Steph, if the pie with the squirrel has smoke coming from it, it is definitely overdone.
Maybe it was.
I think you meant steam.
Whatever.
LOL. Monica. I'm not much of a baker, but if I had smoke coming out of the oven, ... Love you gals. You help keep this stay in place easier. So thank you, Monica. That was pretty funny.
I was just making sure that Monica and all of our viewers knew
the difference between steam and smoke.
Right. I just want to make sure you knew.
Yeah.
So you're welcome.
All right. So let's talk about stitching next.
Okay, Pam.
We got a lot of stitching to talk about.
Yes, we do. Okay.
And we're going to start with whips.
Yes, we are.
And we're going to start with you.
Yes, we are. Okay. So, for those of you that don't necessarily know what 24 hours of cross stitch is, 24 hours of cross stitch is literally exactly what it sounds like. 24 hours of cross stitch. It is the brainchild of Jen Lee, who is Jen Lee on FlossTube. On Instagram, she is Quirks and Stitches. And her mom, Cindy. Hello, Jen. Hello, Cindy. And it's just morphed into this really amazing thing that people do. And it's like, its concept was straight stitching for 24 hours.
Right.
Now, bless, Jen and Cindy have kind of made it a weekend long event, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And so we don't stress ourselves and stay up for 24 hours straight. We are hashtag team sleep.
Right.
So, just in between.
I did it 1 year and I said, nope, this girl's too old for this.
Yeah. I was like, why are you even doing it?
Yeah. It was kind of fun, but then again, you're like 2 days catching up.
Yeah.
On sleep, not on stitching. On
Correct.
Sleep.
Yes. And so anyway, so you can split up the 24 hours of cross stitch over basically 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Right. So for me, I wanted to pick something to work on because I had a finish, which we'll see later. And I wanted to pick something that I was like, I want to get this done for 24 hours of cross stitch. Mm-hmm. So I happened to pull out an older whip of mine, which is Dorothy's Discovery from Silver Creek Samplers. It has been a while since I've shown this. It's been a while since I worked on this. And I plan on, when I get to that point, the Emerald City that's over here, I'm not going to be stitching that part. Excuse me, I'm going to put another bird over there. another bird or two. I haven't really figured it out. But anyway, so when I picked it up to stitch on it, I had all of the words done. I had Toto done. I had the flower done. I had part of his basket done. And I had...
the rainbow done?
No, not the whole rainbow.
Oh.
The top half of this rainbow here done. Okay. And then I had part of her legs done.
Okay.
And that freaking skirt...
yeah.
Was really, just really...
intimidating. You were intimidated by it. Mm-hmm.
It was. So, I was like, however, if I focus on it for 24 hours of cross stitch, maybe I can get it done.
Right.
So, that's what I tried to do. I did not finish the skirt. However, I am so close.
Yeah. She was really trying today.
I really was. And we had a Zoom call last night with our Whistle Stop girls, which is now our Saturday night thing, which is lovely.
Yeah.
And so I busted some rows out.
Just take off this, or do you even need to?
No, I don't need to take off this side.
You know.
So this is how much I have done. So I got all of that skirt done. Mm-hmm. And I'm actually glad that I didn't finish it for the video because, so as you can, all of this words and everything I had done. So over here is where the other bird or two will go. And so you can see, kind of my plan of attack, if you will, for the skirt, so I did the bird first, and then I did diagonal rows going this way. And fun fact, there's 313 blocks of 2x2 stitches. Okay. So, I have 28 left. And then it's done. So, that I can probably finish tonight, I think.
Sure.
But that was like the big part of it that was really just like...
I think that was a good one for you to pick and work on.
Yes, I think so too. Mm-hmm. And then you can I thought that it was 2 colors. I don't know why I thought it was 2 colors, but I did. And then upon further inspection of the chart, I realized that it is a super, super light blue that almost looks white. Then there's a light blue, and then there is like a medium blue. And so there's one column of light blue, and then it alternates dark blue, white, dark blue, white, dark blue, whatever. So that's what my back looks like because I just carried all of it.
Yeah.
And it goes pretty quickly. The longest rows are 15 boxes down. But I'm super happy with my progress. I really love this stitch. And they had Jen and Cindy had called this 24 Hours of Cross Stitch Quarantine Edition. And staying home and all that kind of stuff, and there's no place like home, so
it all fits.
That's why I did it this way. So
it all fits.
Okay, Pam, what's your way?
Okay, so I have a couple, because I had finished my 2 Whipco pieces for April. Nothing. I just thought there was a stitch that was a little bit off, but it's not.
Okay, fine.
So I worked a little bit on my Pam's Maine, and I got to a point where I was kind of like, yeah, I'll stop here. And I'm working on the 3rd lighthouse, as most of you know, and I'm not going to take it out of the Q-snap or out of the grime guard or anything, because if you've watched me show this in total, it's a huge piece. And
You mean in toto?
In toto, as opposed, yeah. Good segue.
Thank you. I tried.
But, so I've come to a stopping point on Cape Elizabeth Lighthouse. And that's where I am. Obviously, this isn't floating in the sky. There's rocky cliffs, the rocky cliffs of Maine.
Rocky coasts of Maine.
And water and so forth, and then the name of the lighthouse, and
you still have that text.
The light is up underneath there, and there are some long stitches on this flagpole.
Oh, okay.
That I will wait until probably the very end. The biggest challenge was these two pieces of shrubbery over here.
Oh, man.
Because...
How many times did you stitch that bush and take it out? 3?
No. Twice, I think. Only because I was dissatisfied with the coverage on this front shrub. And decided to go back and stitch it using 3 strands.
Got it.
I have stitched everything with 2 strands on this project except for 310. And it just needed, to my eye, it needed better coverage using 310. And then I discovered that I needed 3 strands on this green, and I was much happier. So
good.
That's where I am. We are on the final stretch of this.
Yeah, you got like
SAL.
Almost less than 2 months left.
Technically. It's not gonna, the SAL is not gonna end because some people are at various stages of completing theirs, and I want to leave the Facebook group up. But my personal goal was my original goal, which was to finish this by my birthday in June, and more details as we get closer to that. But
so I think that if you get the rest of Cape Elizabeth Lighthouse block done between the 1st and 24th of May, then you have a whole month to do the border.
Right, that's what I'm kind of thinking.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I'm kind of thinking.
Because that's a massive border, so.
Because it's a massive, massive border, and I'm going to do it in
blue
312, DMC 312, which is this this same blue right here.
Oh, pretty. Yeah.
So that's one of my whips.
Cool.
You can take this too. This is my wonderful project bag from Becca.
Yes.
That I've been keeping it in. So I got to that stopping point, and I said another one that I want to keep pace on, roughly, is My Women of the Mayflower. My Women of the Mayflower is out of an old magazine that is no longer being published called Fine Lines. Okay. And this issue came out in the spring of 2004. You're going to have to go on eBay to find an issue or find a stitcher who perhaps might own it. Mm-hmm. And this was designed by a woman who actually passed away before it was put in this magazine. Kind of sad.
True story.
Kind of sad. And so I had been given this by our local friend Karen. Mm-hmm. She took it to Keepsakes and left it for me because she knew I was into all the history stuff. Yes. And 2020 was coming up. So thank you again, Karen, for gifting me with this issue. And I know some people have found it on eBay. I don't know whether there are any others. One of the reasons why I want to keep pace with this is that I do anticipate we're both going to stitch the chart that is going to come out in September from With Thy Needle and Thread. And
they come into America.
Not that we need to necessarily follow the crowd, but I want to at least
start it in 2020.
Have a start in 2020.
Yes, ma'am.
It's not a race, and I tend not to like to be stitching what everybody else.
It's going to be a race between us.
But we'll see. Okay, so that's where that came from. And it's on 32 count doubloon from Picture This Plus. This is a 32, what we call in our house, don't be offended, but we call this 32 tight. Because PTP even weaves
Lugana
in 32 count tend to be quite dense.
Yes, that's a really good word for it.
And
dense.
So I needed to put my 26 needle away and get out a 28 because
which makes it better, but not awesome.
Yeah. So this is where I am. I worked on this during the weekend, mostly during our Zoom call with our Whistle Stop girls, those who could make it. And thank you to everybody who saw my Insta story. I was debating about a couple of blue tones, and what I ended up doing was actually keeping the color in that I had originally picked. This is my own color and cotton thread conversion, and the color and cotton threads that I am using are not in her regular line. So anyway, I based it solely on the picture on the front of the magazine. So in some places it's very similar, in other places it's quite different. For instance, a boat is quite a bit darker.
But it's beautiful.
I
think it looks really great.
Yeah, so up in that square right next to the angel or the cherub was where the original designer put her 2 initials and the year 03, which was when she designed it.
Yeah.
So I was advised by my friends last night on the call that I should put my initials, and
PS20.
And PS20 is in the block. So there's a lot left to this, clearly.
You're gonna put 1620 in the year, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
The original year.
Yeah.
But I'm really happy with this now. There are going to be some star stitches over stitched on those polka dots.
Pretty.
And there's other specialty stitches throughout this design.
Can't wait.
So I'm really happy with it, and I will probably keep working on this for the rest of the week until Mania starts.
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
So that's my other whip. Okay.
All right. So.
And that takes us to finishes.
Okay. So. The squirrel.
The famous squirrel.
With the steamed pie is done.
Yeah.
And as Pam mentioned earlier, it is out of the 2020 Happiness is Homemade Nashville Needlework Market Cookbook. If you are looking for copies of this cookbook, Keepsakes has some. So give the shop a call if you'd like to order one, or add it to an existing order. And the chart, I had the page marked with that tag.
Yeah, but isn't it toward the front?
Yeah, it's on page 12.
Yeah.
The chart that I stitched.
Chart, there's no colored picture of it.
No, unfortunately. So, but you don't need a color picture because I'm going to show you my finish. Yeah. I am stitching, I stitched mine because it's now done, on 28 count Lugana, which is still dense, but not quite as dense as 32 count Lugana from Picture This Plus in Relic. I don't know if I said Relic or not, but anyway. And the only color change I made was to the white in the steam. Hi, Monica. And in the apron as well. And I changed it to 3865 as opposed to whatever color that Janine from the Blue Flower had charted. And when I posted my finish earlier this week of this, I'm pretty adamant about always putting the information about the chart that I'm posting about in my description box or whatever of my post. And so I have pattern, designer, fabric, and threads. Well, there really wasn't a pattern name for this. She didn't list a name. So if you're familiar with the Blue Flowers series of squirrels, she has summer squirrel, winter squirrel, whatever. So I just named it Baking Squirrel. And then the first comment I got on my Instagram post was from Janine, and she said it will now be forever known as Baking Squirrel.
Isn't that great?
Baking Squirrel by the Blue Flower. You guys.
Yeah.
Can we just talk about this for a second? It's showing up, the fabric is showing up a lot more muted, blown out than it really is. It's much more.
Back it up a little bit. Yeah, you can see it's a lot bronzery or whatever.
But.
Now it's showing better a little bit.
But that is a squirrel with a freshly baked pie wearing an apron, and look at its toenails.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
This stitched up in like 2-3 days. It was really fun to stitch. And it's a squirrel with a pie. Like, so this is a shop model. And so I will be taking it to Keepsakes tomorrow. And I have zero idea what Barbara is going to do with it.
Right.
But frankly, I don't care.
Right.
And then when the cookbooks are gone, then the squirrel gets to come home and live in my kitchen.
Yeah,
so.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. What do you got for him, Pam?
I've got an ornament. We're going to use it as an ornament on our Christmas tree. It is an exclusive from Galleria last year from Beth Seal at Summer House Stitch Works, and it's called Winter Wonderland, and it looks like this. So it was a kit. It included the silver perforated paper, the cardboard tag, and the 3 charms, which were 2 snowflakes and an ice skate in the middle, and the 2 colored threads, which were 2 weeks colors, a white, which was called Snowflake, and a blue, which was called Blue Jeans, I think.
Yep.
So all encompassing. It should have included a piece of ribbon, and my kit did not, but that's not a big deal.
Yeah, it is what it is.
So, you're not going to be able to find this anywhere because it was part of one of the round robins, I think.
It was, but I think she's thinking of like releasing it at some point.
Right. So this was I designated as my ornament for April, and I just got up on the first day of Mania and said, "This I'm going to finish." Not Mania. 24 hours of cross stitch.
Sorry. Yeah.
And I'm just going to get this done. So what I've done is I've just taken double stick tape and just mounted it on the piece of cardboard. Once I got going on this, it was lickety split. So,
lickety split.
So there you have it. I don't know that I'll do any more with this. I'm kind of iffy on using double stick tape.
Are you just going to give it to Barbara or something?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. But for all intents and purposes, it's done.
Oh, yeah.
And whether I put maybe a white piece or a gray piece of ribbon on the end, like she shows on here, I'm not sure. But for all intents and purposes, the stitching and the charms are done. And that is my finish for...
Don't drop it.
I know, I feel like it's kind of delicate. The charms are top quality, though, I have to say. And so I'm glad to have gotten that and to have stitched it. It's been a long time since I'd stitched on perforated paper.
Yes, it has.
Not my favorite, but
you got it done, Pam.
But I did. I got it done. So...
Happy finishes, everyone.
All right. We're going to talk about... So we're going to talk about promotional things right now.
Okay. So, this week at promotions, we have 3 things we need to mention about Twin Peak Primitives.
Yes. First of all, we always have a pattern of the week.
Yes.
Right?
And how the pattern of the week works is that every Friday, we look through their vast collection of charts. We pick one that we love, that we think that you will love too. And then we tell the twins of Twin Peak Primitives, who are amazing designers that live in the Netherlands. And they say, okay. And they make it 20% off for all of our wonderful viewers for the following week.
Right.
So, this week we had a lovely, lovely chart. And the name of that chart is called what, Pam?
This comes from their series called the Hen Solo series. I'm going to take a giant leap and assume that that's a takeoff on Han Solo.
Yeah, but is it though?
I think so.
Does it have anything to do with the galaxy or stars?
No, because it's hens.
Right. Maybe it's just because it's a hen by itself.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, it's one hen.
Yeah, like a solo hen.
And this week, it's Eggy the Cook.
Eggy the Cook.
And all of these are cute. So once you go and find Eggy the cook, you might look around at the others because they're adorable.
Super cute.
So it comes from their Hen Solo series, and it's Eggy the cook. And we're going to insert a picture of Eggy right here. Isn't that adorable? See, you're going to want the whole bunch of them, right?
Yes.
Okay, so make sure that you do what, Steph?
So if you saw Eggy and you're like, I need to stitch Eggy, I love Eggy, then you can purchase either a PDF download of the chart from the Twin Peak Primitives website or their Etsy shop, both of which are linked below. Or if you'd rather have a hard copy of the chart, that is totally fine too. You can, but there's only one shop where you can purchase the discounted pattern of the week, and that is Beach Cottage Stitchers, and they have an online needlework shop, and their link is below as well. So just make sure that you heard about it through us to get your 20% off.
Right. Okay, and then the next thing we want to talk about is what we announced for the pattern of the week last week. Yeah. Which, if you recall, was the I'll Be Home series bundle. And we told the twins we wanted to do it, and I told them that I was considering doing a SAL of all of the houses on one big piece. And they said, that's fantastic.
We're here for it.
And so the response has been overwhelming.
Yes, a lot of you are very excited.
We did go ahead and announce that there will be an I'll Be Home SAL, and it is going to start on June 25th.
Yep, sure is.
And that is the day after my birthday. So end one SAL, start another. You don't have to participate in the SAL by doing them all on one big piece of fabric. You can be part of the SAL and do an individual house or two or three.
Yes.
Or whatever combination you want and still be part of the SAL. We want to make that clear.
Yes.
And we've had it for 20% off all last week after last week's video.
Yes.
So we got a communication from the twins about 3 or 4 days into the week, and they said, okay, this is what we want to do. We want to extend the 20% off the I'll Be Home series bundle, 12 charts, all the way through to June 24th.
Yes, ma'am.
So, all of you people who might have forgotten to grab that bundle, which was a great deal last week for 20% off, now you've got time until the day before the SAL starts,
June 24th,
to pick it up and at 20% off.
It's a good deal, people.
Is a deal, let me tell you.
Right.
So, we want to make sure everybody knows that I'll Be Home bundle is going to stay at 20% all the way up until
June 24th,
the day before the SAL starts. Okay?
Yes. And also that Pam / I'll probably set it up, make Pam the admin, but there will be a
Facebook group
group for the I'll Be Home SAL, whatever, but we just haven't done that yet. So when we do
there's no rush yet.
Yeah, when we do that,
okay,
we'll let you know for sure and give you a link and all the things.
And we have one more thing to tell you about the I'll Be Home SAL series bundle that we're going to tell you about at the very end of this video.
Yes.
So stay tuned for that.
Incentive.
Before we leave the Twin Peak Primitive promo section of the show, we want to also again remind you that the Dutch Mania trip that we were going to go on this year for obvious reasons has been put off a year. And in order to be entered in the contest to go with us in 2021 in September, you need to purchase their chart, which is the Springfield 1817 sampler, which is a lovely, lovely sampler. And Your purchase will enter you into the drawing to go to Europe with us in 2021.
It will.
You'll see that as you're shopping around their Etsy site and their website.
Yep.
And visiting beachcottagestitchers.com.
Yes. So just add to cart.
Add to cart. Add to cart.
Add to cart.
Exactly.
And then come to Europe with us in 2021. It'll be up.
Right. Right. Okay.
Next
is
mail call.
All right.
Okay.
What did we get in the mail this week?
Well, I got you didn't get anything. I got a really, really lovely card from Natalie. Is that right? Am I reading that right?
I think so.
Okay. I think so.
She's known as the Vintage Cross-Stitch Niche.
Okay. So, Natalie. Hello, Natalie.
I hope that's right.
I think it is.
We're having a little problem reading her handwriting, but...
I think it's Natalie, if I remember my correspondence with her.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to write down her channel name so I can link it below.
Right. The Vintage Cross-Stitch Niche.
Okay, well, Natalie reached out to me, and because she...
Apologies if we haven't gotten that right.
I'm pretty confident that's what it's called. And what her name is.
Okay.
And so, anyway, so she reached out to me, and she knows about my love of 40 count. And how I'm trying to, grow my collection. And so she sent me this beautiful card.
Pretty. Very pretty.
And she said that she had a piece of fabric that she thought maybe I would enjoy. She was right. I'm very much looking forward to stitching on this beautiful piece of linen.
Yeah.
This linen is from xJudesign, which I stitched on for my April ornament, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And it is 40 count, and it is Dark Mountain. And this was, I think, I don't know if it was 2019, but it was 1 year's Fabric of the Month from xJudesign. This was the August color, and this is called Dark Mountain.
Ooh, that's a good gray. Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited about this, and this piece is 13 by 13. And yeah, love it. Very excited. And it looks like it's like a good weave. Like I'll be able to totally see the holes. So
fabrics are wonderful.
Yes. So I am super pumped.
You stitched on it. I stitched my Widow's Walk on xJudesigns.
This is also very true.
Yeah.
But included in the package, she also sent me this very lovely needle minder made out of vintage jewelry. Look at that.
Oh yeah, very sweet.
Look how pretty that is. And
the
the gel
angel.
And the bell jingles. I almost said the gel bingles. But I meant the bell jingles.
There you go.
Isn't that pretty?
Yeah.
And I like the big back.
Very sweet.
Button back thing, so I don't lose the magnets because your girl does that. So thank you so much, Natalie. I
Very
much
nice.
appreciate the thoughtfulness of it. So thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that is all the mail haul. However, we have piles of haul.
Oh, so let's do haul. Do I start?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
We've talked about how we're trying not to start new things until we get down to Tennessee in October.
Yes, we have.
And so, when you can't do things, it's really calling to you.
Right.
So I think both of us have kind of started to think about what we are going to take down to Whistle Stop Retreat to start. And I don't have a complete collection, but I have been drawn to Praiseworthy Stitches, the huge scene ones, for years. And I've been gradually collecting them. Well, in 2016, my sister and I traveled up to New Brunswick.
Yes.
For a genealogy family reunion. And we were in New Brunswick, and we were having lunch in Moncton. And I said, I wonder if there are any cross-stitch shops there. And we found one about 5 minutes from where we were having lunch.
Oh, shut up. That's funny.
And I'm trying to recall the name of the shop. I think it is something about, no, it's where stitchers count or...
Because you count.
Because you count. That's it. Thank you, Steph.
Pull that out on you know where.
We walked in there and it's kind of a funny story. Because... it was a lot like Keepsakes in that there was a table in the back where stitchers were sitting around stitching, which was lovely. And they had a lot of great things on the wall. And one of the things on the wall was this piece. And it was pretty high up. So I had to really zero in
That's
on this
a picture
piece.
that you took?
I took this picture at Because You Count in 2016.
Yep.
And then proceeded to ask the staff where they kept that chart. And it is a Praiseworthy Stitches, and it is called Winter at Beacon House. There you go.
Is it Beacon House or Beacon Hill?
Beacon House.
House, okay.
Winter at Beacon House. Praiseworthy Stitches. I love, love, love it. So this is going to be one of the ones that I will start in October.
I see.
And we looked at the called for, and it was...
32 count vintage winter sky from Lakeside Linens.
Well, Keepsakes doesn't carry Lakeside,
nope.
But we were able to find some shops that do, and one of them was the Stitch and Frame shop in Rock Hill, South Carolina.
Yes. And
so they had a lovely website where I could order a big enough piece, and I got...
Where were they located?
Rock Hill.
Rock Hill.
South Carolina.
Okay.
And I got a lovely piece of 32 Winter Sky.
Love it!
To do on... to do Winter at Beacon House in October.
Very exciting times.
So...
congratulations. I'm going to put the fabric inside of this. How does that sound? That would be
awesome, and I don't really need this wrapping paper and invoice.
That's what I'm saying. Anymore. And then that will be all together, and you can get your fiber, and then you'll be all set.
There you go. The only other haul I got was something off of one of the Stash Unload sites. And if you've ever done a long, narrow piece that requires a hanger, one of the really nice manufacturers of those is Ackfeld Manufacturing, and they are in Reed Springs, Missouri.
Yes, they are.
But someone was selling a used one that they had picked up online.
Was it you? Did they like take it out of their wall and everything, or had they purchased it and now they don't want it?
I think they'd purchased it and they no longer want it. Okay. Ackfeld still sells these things.
Sure do.
And I got this for a steal because it looks like I got it for about half what this woman originally paid for it.
Nice.
But of course, for obvious reasons, I had to get it. So that's a hanger from Ackfeld.
With a moose on it.
With a moose on it. And there'll be a time when I'm going to need this.
I even think of something in the under the bed box that would be perfect for that.
So I picked that up off the Stash Unload.
Love it.
Sorry for the crinkle.
Sorry, not sorry.
All right. So that was all my haul.
Okay, would you like to see mine? Okay, I'm ready. I had a little bit of Keepsakes haul. And these I'm very excited about. These are the 3-tiered trays from Madame Chantilly. And which one comes first?
I don't think it matters.
Okay, so we'll start with the Easter one. So, I love these. I think they're really, really cute.
Right.
We were talking last night on our Zoom call about how they're a little... So, I have spring, I have Easter, and then I also have spring. So, I love the bunnies on this one. I mean, I like them both, let's be real. So, but the Easter one I can have up in April, and then the spring one I can have up in May.
Yeah.
I guess.
Or you could stitch them both in the same fabric and do a frame side by side.
It's not a bad
You could do that.
Yep. So this is the spring one with the bunnies and the roses and the little sheepsies and the little bird in the birdhouse. I love it so much.
Yep.
And then this is the Easter one. With the chickens and the tulips and the little chick in a jar. So cute.
Yep, we love Madame Chantal.
We do. And these are not small. I mean, this is the Easter is 149 by 240. And the spring is 137 by 241.
Yeah.
So, they are not tiny stitches, that is for sure.
Really good designer.
But I will stitch them on 40 count. So, okay.
Well, that'll make them smaller.
Yes, it will. Okay. A lot of folks have asked, what is the update on the Fox family? I have an update on the Fox family. Don't make that face. People are going to think they died. They did not die. Okay. I mean, they haven't died to my knowledge. So, we use... I didn't talk about this last week, did I?
You may have talked about it in your lives.
Oh, okay. So, we have the Nextdoor app.
You may be familiar with it.
Yeah, it's like a neighborhood communication
message board kind of app.
Yeah. And so...
Do you know a good plumber? I've lost my dog.
We're having a block party, that kind of thing. And so we both have the app. The town that we live in is quite large for a suburban area. So the Nextdoor app like groups different subdivisions together. Right. And our subdivision is small, but the two that are around us are quite large. And so those two are connected to ours. Anyway, when someone posts something to Nextdoor that in any of these three neighborhoods, we get a alert about it. And the other night, I got an alert that someone posted to Nextdoor with the subject line, foxes. And I immediately went, I'm sorry, what?
And she immediately brought it to my attention. Mom.
I did not say Mom, I said Pam. Anyway, so I opened it immediately, and there was a woman who was in the neighborhood. I'll get to that where she lives later. And she said, I have an adult fox and 6 babies on my back porch, and I don't know what to do about them.
On the deck and near the pool.
And I immediately commented. I was like, do not call animal control.
She was in panic mode.
I was
and
like,
boy,
please.
did she start a dialogue. Mostly a lot of pushback. Like, do not call animal control.
Just leave them alone. They will leave you
including
alone.
Including this one.
Yes.
And in fact, she took a couple of still pictures.
That I had taken when the fox family lived at our house.
And
then they decided to abandon us.
Pretty much alerted this woman that this was probably our family.
Because
same family.
If you are familiar with the Nextdoor app, you know that if someone lives within your quote-unquote neighborhood, you click on their username and it won't tell you their exact address, but it will tell you what street they live on. So then I went to Maps, and then I typed in her street name, and literally she lives across the creek from us.
It's the same family. Yeah.
So there's no way it's a different family. Because we haven't seen them in a week and a half.
Right.
So.
And in the meantime, we've had a bunny in the yard.
Yes.
So you know they've moved away from us.
Enough that the bunnies are coming back out.
The bunnies are feeling safe and secure.
Correct.
Again.
So, luckily, myself, along with a bunch of other neighbors, were like...
Yeah. Steering her right.
Yeah. So, she was like, thank you guys so much for all your feedback. Yeah. I'm not going to do anything. And so...
And they probably moved on even further from her house.
Correct. So, there's that. So, very exciting times. I'm glad that they're moved on.
Yes.
And by excited, I mean devastated.
Yeah.
So...
But that's, again... That's nature for you.
This is what happens. It's okay.
Right.
Spring will come again. Yes. But in memory.
Yeah. In commemoration, not in memory.
Yes, in commemoration. Thank you so much. I had been, searching for, my original search on Etsy was for quilting fabric that had foxes on it. Because I was just going to buy, because I checked all my favorite makers. And they didn't have bags with fox fabric. So I was like, that's fine. I'll just buy fabric and then send it to one of my favorite makers. And then I got an update from DiddlyDaddle And she had a new bag posted, and it had foxes on it, and it was actually literally made out of one of the fabrics that I had favorited on Etsy.
So there you go.
So
skip the middleman.
But I saw the new bag post on Tuesday, and I was at work, and I was very busy. So by the time I got home it was Monday. By the time I got home from work on Monday, they were all sold out.
Oh, and I was like, I didn't remember that.
I was like, oh my God. So I sent her a message. I was like, hi, Teresa, I love you so much. I just want you to know that, like, if one of them goes unclaimed or you find more fabric somewhere, I would happily love to buy it from you.
Right.
And she was like, well, actually, I have one that I was just about to post that had a white zipper as opposed to whatever other color zipper she had. Do I mind if it has a white zipper? No. Take my money. Thank you, Teresa.
Yep.
So this is the bag. It is a smaller bag. It is what she calls her stitch in hand bag, which is perfect for smaller projects like, ornament a month projects. It fits perfectly a 6x6 Q-snap, so it's good for those. But look at those foxes. And then that is the lovely back.
Beautiful.
And then her signature zipper pull.
Yep.
Covered in fabric. Look at that. Look at that little box face.
Yep.
And then the inside is a lovely, like, seafoamy blue color, which matches, like, some of the foliage. And then inside was a really sweet note, thank you, and then some candy, which I always love, and I love my fox bag.
It's great.
Thank you so much, Teresa. And if you have not looked at DiddlyDaddleDesigns project bags, I highly recommend.
Oh, they're great.
They're very, very well made, and her kind of like signatures are her zipper pulls, like I talked about, and then the zipper is actually on the very top. So if you have a big box full of whips, like I do, it's nice to have the top zipper. Thank you, Teresa. I love it.
Yep.
Okay, this is kind of like a thing from the live. In my Stitch Before I Die box, I had this chart, which is called Chris's Stitches. It was published by Norden Crafts. Norden Crafts is unfortunately no longer in business. If you're wondering who Chris of Chris's Stitches is, she was the
owner. She was the owner.
I don't know if she was the owner. I think she was like the owner's wife.
Oh.
Yeah, Chris and Dave built Norden Crafts.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So she's the wife of the couple.
She was a co-owner of Norden Crafts.
There you go.
And so she...
Chris Stott was her name.
Yes, and she passed away in 2000, like early 2000s, I believe. And so Norden Crafts reached out to a bunch of designers and asked them to create a small chart in memory of Chris. And it became a series of, I believe, 6 or 7 books. And this was in our stash, and this is book 1. In here are designers that all of you, I'm sure, have heard of, from Blackbird Designs to Imaginating Praiseworthy Stitches, Shakespeare's Peddler, all the things. So this is the one that we had in our stash was Winter 11. It was actually book 4. So I showed this on a live, and then I went on a hunt. And thanks to a lot of wonderful viewers of the Instagram live, they pointed me in the direction of some Etsy. Did we win the one on Etsy?
Yes, right before we went on air. So we have 3 more coming.
Yes, we do. But one I think is a duplicate, but it's fine because it's fine. So it's worth it.
Sometimes you got to do that. You
it's worth it.
Take a bundle to get something.
To get them all, yes.
Yeah.
So the one that we found, this is literally in mint condition. And this is chart number 1, and it's called From the Heart.
What was the other one? What number was the other one?
4.
Okay, so this is 1.
Yes. So included in here, like, this is Samsara. This is Bent Creek. This is Twisted Threads. This is,
there's an Amy Brooken in there.
Yep. That is With My Needle, Ellen Chester.
Yep.
And so now it is my life's work.
Right.
is to find...
So we have 3 more coming, which...
Do you happen to know what numbers those are?
I don't know off the top of my head, no.
I think the one that is going to be a duplicate is book 1.
Maybe.
That was the one I could find the most.
Yeah.
Like, listed. Yeah. And I want to say maybe 5 and 6 or 6 and 7. I don't know.
So our goal is to collect how many? 6 total?
I think there's either 6 or 7. I'm not 100% sure.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
But, yeah.
So these were all done as a tribute to Chris.
Yes. And so these are fantastic books.
If you've ever picked up a chart that required Weeks Dye Works Chris's Bonbon, that was named for Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
very cool.
She was very well loved, and
yes.
Sadly before our time.
Yeah.
So
it's just really cool.
It's really cool to get a sampling of all these designer styles.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So,
Very cool. So if any of you know anything about the location of more of these books, shoot us an email.
Yeah.
Or comment below or something.
Right.
Okay. Okay, now. Okay, I've been so much looking forward to the arrival of this book. So, one of my favorite pieces I've ever stitched was a piece by Emma Congdon of Stitchrovia, and it is called Single Step. You know, if you've watched this for any length of time or follow me on Instagram, you know what pieces I'm talking about. It says, Journey of 1,000 Miles begins with a single step.
Right.
It was a Mania start in 2018, and then I finished it last year and got it framed at Reflections. It's fantastic. I love Emma Congdon. I love Stitchrovia. I love her typography. I also really, really love inspirational quotes. So, Emma Congdon of Stitchrovia, she has an Etsy shop. And if you've seen any of her work, then you know that it's a lot of really fantastically bright colors and just like typography and all the beautiful, beautiful things. Anyway, she just published her very first book. And I saw a sneak peek of it somewhere like coming this spring or something. And I filed it away for a later date. And then our friend Katie of our Whistle Stop group said that she had forgot that she pre-ordered the book. So that arrived. And I was like, must go buy it now. So we jumped on Amazon. And that is where you can purchase it either on Amazon or on Barnes & Noble. And the book is Cross Stitch for the Soul, 20 Designs to Inspire. Unfortunately, the chart for this is not in the book. But that would be kind of weird, I guess, too. But it's incredibly well done. These charts are amazing. Not only are like the charts amazing, but she also like goes through like what is the difference between Aida, fiddler's cloth, linen, jobelin. She even in the back like talks about different kinds of stitches and all that kind of thing. She gives an anchor to DMC conversion chart, all the things. And so from this would be a really great book for anyone who like maybe just started stitching.
Yeah.
And, I think that would be really, really cool.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to go through and show you all of the charts, but I'm going to show you some of my favorites. So this one says, be not afraid of going slowly. Be afraid only of standing still.
Her colors are just amazing.
Look at those snails, though.
Mm-hmm.
And then, as you can see from over here, each design has like a little story that goes with it. Like this one, the first sentence says, the worst thing in life is to have regrets. And so it's just really cool. And then there was, okay, I want to show that one. And where is the one that you love? There it is. So they're not individually named, but number 46. Okay, this one says, a smooth sea never made a skillful sailor.
Isn't that cool? Yeah, that's amazing.
I love it.
Yep.
Maybe I'll do a flip through of this book on my Instagram Live.
Yeah, you could do that.
And then this one says, when it rains, look for rainbows When it's dark, look for stars. Like, her colors are just amazing. Just amazing. And then there's one more. And, nope. Sorry. Oh, please, talk amongst yourselves. Talk to your animals. Talk to, yourself. I'm not there to notice. Yes. Because this is just a really pretty color palette, and I like this quote. Always be yourself, because the people that matter don't mind, and the ones that mind don't matter. Ugh, sorry, these are hard to show, because I can't tell. Look at those colors, though. Oh, they're gorgeous.
Yep.
Pretending to be someone you're not to please others can be exhausting and ultimately draining. Preach, Emma. So it's like a really, 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 really good, like, it's just a fantastic. That kind of matches. A good companion shortens the longest road. That kind of matches
I love those colors. The peach and the purple and then the green.
with the browns. I love it.
Yep.
Love it. And they're all in DMC. This is a fantastic book.
And they convert to either, they're easily stitched on either Ada or anything else. Linen,
even weave, all the things.
Even weave. Yeah.
And so... she says, craft your own comfort with these uplifting cross-stitch quotes.
Yeah.
And she's gotten really wonderful feedback on her Instagram page and all of that. As of right now, it's not available on her Etsy. So, but I will still link her Etsy below so you can check out her other designs she has for sale. But if you want to find this book, go to either Amazon or the Barnes & Noble website, and it should be there. So, love it.
Good.
Very exciting purchase.
Right.
That's it.
All right. So now it's time for plans.
Yes.
And like every, no, not like every, but like many cross-stitchers out there, we are participating in Stitch Mania.
Sure are.
And
however,
we are going to kind of do it a little bit differently.
Correct.
I will not have any new starts.
I have one.
We are somewhat constrained by a couple of things. I'm constrained by the number of whips. I have number one. And by the fact that Jessie Marie is going to pull two designs off my Whip Go card tomorrow for May. And that we have our local Whip It Good group, which is restricting our new starts until October.
Yes, they are.
So, all those criteria being established, I am basically going to be starting on Friday, May 1st, with some of my whips. And Stephanie is going to be doing many fewer designs.
Can I talk about my plans?
And so we're going to start with you talking about that.
Yes. Okay. Now, for those of you that are like, what is Stitch Maynia? It was started back in 2015. Yes, I'm eating Starburst. Don't judge. It was started back in 2015, and where the idea where you start a project every day for the first 15 days of May. We did, the first year we participated was when? 2018?
Didn't we do it in 2017?
No, we did not.
We didn't.
No, we did not.
Oh. Oh,
because we had just started our...
We had just started our FlossTube.
We hadn't started our FlossTube yet by the 1st of May.
No, we didn't start.
Because our anniversary is like the 23rd or
23rd of May is our FlossTube anniversary.
It is.
Right. Okay.
So the first year we participated was 2018.
Right.
Yes. And we did 18 starts, first 18 days of May.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
And then there is what they call the Blimey Cat method, where if you... Okay, so for example, we started a project on the 1st of May. If it's not done by May 1st, 2019, you have to work on it again on May 1st, 2019.
Yeah.
And that method was invented by Brittany at Ingleside Imaginarium.
Right.
So, I just want to give credit where credit is due.
Right.
Ingleside. Okay.
Right.
She also has a FlossTube, and so I will link her below as well.
Right.
So, I asked Katie, who is the leader of the Whip It Good, and I said, so do we get any starts for Mania? And she was like, I mean, you can start whatever you want, but you're out of the challenge. And I was like, fine.
It's a monetary gift at the end if we
win.
If we behave.
If we make it. So.
If we make it.
Anyway, so we're trying to make it. So, what I decided was that, yes, do I have enough whips to make up 20 days worth? Absolutely. 100%.
Oh, sure.
However, working on one project for one day, for me, what I've learned in the last 2 years of doing Mania, is like that's...
You don't get much done.
You don't get much done. It's fun to have new starts and do all that, but if I'm not going to have new starts, I want to see some progress.
And your days are more broken up by having to go work a couple days a week.
Doing the lives.
Doing the lives. You're going to keep that up.
Yeah. So, it's just...
Right.
It makes more sense for me to not do something different every day. So
you're going to start on May 1st with what?
So I picked 4 projects, plus I have 1 new start, which I'll get to when I get there. And I'm going to spend, so I have 5 projects total, and I'm going to spend 4 days on each of those projects. And I really think I can see some progress in 4 days. So, the other 4 projects, aside from my new start, were at one point in time a Mania project. So a lot of these have not been worked on since Stitch Maynia of 2019.
Or 18? Do you have any that go back to 18?
I mean, yeah, I have some that were started back in 2018, but I touched them in 2019.
Oh, okay, okay.
So this one was started in 2018, I believe. Yep. And it is Prairie Moon's Surrender Peter. And it is stitched on 32 count sagebrush, which was a fabric of the month from Under the Sea Fabrics. I have literally worked on this a grand total of 2 days. 2 days. And
18 and 19.
Yes, I worked on it on May.
You didn't stitch on it on other than Mania days.
Correct.
Okay.
So, this is my starting point. Sorry about the fold, but it's been folded in a project bag for almost a year. And so last year, for the one day in Mania, I got that whole bunny with the cape on the carrot done. So my goal for Stitch Maynia this year is to get the words Surrender Peter in, and to finish the carrot and like that little detail up there.
That's in 4 days? You can do that in 2 days.
Pam?
Okay. Okay.
I'm setting the bar a little low here.
Okay.
Okay.
If you exceed the goal,
then
even better.
Whoop-de-doo.
Okay.
So this is now where Pam's going to talk about her first, second, third, and fourth projects.
Right. So the first day of Mania, I'm going to pull out, I think, a piece that was a 2018 Mania start. It's from Little House Needleworks. It's called Take Me Out to the Ball Game. And I'm going to work on this on the 1st of May. And this is where I am with it. I really want to get this done.
You're almost done, though, for real.
So that's where I am. So that's Take Me Out to the Ball Game on the 1st of May.
How are you going to do this? You're going to hand me the projects when you're done?
In my Red Sox bag. Don't talk to me about the Red Sox. I'm not in a good mood about the Red Sox.
Really?
Nope. Anyway, so that's May 1. May 2 is a Margaret Sherry. That was an explosive cough, let me say.
Did it smell like lemon?
No, it just was loud.
Oh, sorry.
This is a Margaret Sherry design that I first saw I first saw this stitched by Stephanie Webb of Lindy Stitches, believe it or not.
Hey, Steph.
And
I don't know if you watch this, but hi.
Yeah,
I love you.
Yeah.
Yep. You can find it, Pam. I believe in you.
I don't know. Starting to doubt myself. It's out of a
there it is.
UK magazine, so the pages are glossy. And it's called
Festive Friends.
I think it's called Festive Friends.
It is.
And it's a post box from the UK
Love it.
with a mouse mailing a letter standing on the head of a cat. Okay? And
because what else would it be?
Here. Right. And so I'm pretty close to a finish. I stitched on part of this a couple of years ago when we had to go to Maine in the hotel.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So I need to finish this.
And that is 32 count Summer Sky Jovelin.
Yeah. So
the back stitch is going to be fantastic.
Yeah, that'll be fun. So that is Festive Friends from Margaret Sherry.
And just in case anyone was wondering, it is from the World of Cross Stitching magazine. And this is issue 247.
Show the cover. It's got a big Santa Claus on the cover.
Nope, that is a snowman.
I mean a snowman with a Santa Claus hat, but whatever.
Yes. Okay.
All right. May 3rd is going to be one that I really do want to put some considerable time on, and that is Halloween at Hawk-Run Hollow.
So we should explain really quickly too that we have an Excel spreadsheet of all of our Mania projects, and as throughout the year, as we finish projects, we just delete what's in the box. Pam had a lot of empty spaces. She had finished a bunch of stuff this last year. So typically we would fill those with new starts, but because of everything we already explained, no new starts. So what she filled her empty spaces with were things off of her Whipco board.
Right. That's true.
So like Hawk-Run Hollow is not a Mania project originally. She didn't start it in Stitch Maynia. But
I'm moving it over from my Whipco board. Now, correct. I don't know what numbers are going to come up tomorrow.
Right.
So we'll just deal with that
as it comes.
Yep. But this is what I have plugged in for the 3rd of May. And this is where I am on Hawk-Run. So I'm on the 4th block. And this is on Autumn from Under the Sea Fabrics.
Yes. 32 count. Here, I can do all that folding and everything.
Okay. So that's what I'm going to do on the 3rd. I might do some more if it comes up on the Whipco.
Correct.
Same goes for May 4th.
Yes.
In my Charlie
Harper
DiddlyDaddle bag that Teresa made for me.
Yes.
Is cardinal points. I'm not going to show you the design. I think you all know cardinal points. And again, this is also on my Whipco board, so if she calls this one off my Whipco board, then I'll be putting in more than just one day on this in May. Am I making sense? I hope so. So this is where I am on cardinal points. I love, love, love this chart.
Oh, so good.
This is from another piece of fabric that our friend Marissa up in Canada.
Hi, Marissa.
Gifted me. It's a lovely piece of ivory, plain white.
Yeah, it is. It's a white.
It's white. Yeah,
white Lugana.
Okay, so that brings us to May 5th.
I think Jessie Marie already called whatever number cardinal points is number 3. It just was off of your Whipco board, and so.
No, I have not worked on cardinal points from Whipco.
Oh, okay.
I don't believe so.
Okay, that's fine.
I'll double check that. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, but I was just
all right.
wondering.
So the 5th, what are you doing?
Okay, so on the 5th, I am going to be working on. To make sure I show it right, Jolly Happy Soul, which was a Mania start from 2019. And mine is on 32 count Beach Walk from Under the Sea Fabrics. And I worked on this a little bit since Mania, but not a whole lot. And I have part of the snowman done. I almost said most, but I don't think it's a lot. And I have my 1/1 cardinals done. So,
yeah.
I'm excited to get that. My goal for the 4 days I work on it is to finish the snowman and this greenery over here. That's my goal for that. Okay, what are you working on the 5th?
Okay, so on the 5th, I am doing a Lenarte Marjolaine Bastin piece. And I think I saw this on a FlossTube quite a while ago. But it's called Pumpkins. And it's beautiful.
It's a Mac Daddy project. That's what that is.
It's a Mac Daddy project. And when I initially started this, I had my fabric going the wrong way. So,
oh, crap. I remember that.
Yeah, so I had to restart it.
That sucks.
But if you look at the colors in this, you're just going to die.
Please don't die.
So this is where I am. And that's the cap on a pumpkin and a little bird in the front. So I started in the center.
And that's that same fabric that Cardinal Points is on.
It could very well be.
It is.
Beautiful, beautiful shading.
Yes.
Lenarte is...
is it Lenarte or Lenarte?
I don't know. Maybe somebody can...
Chime in, let us know.
Chime in and let us know. So that's going to be on the 5th.
Yes.
On the 6th is one that I really haven't put hardly any time in at all. It is a Charles Wysocki. And it is called Summer Haven Inn. Okay? And
it's a Dimensions kit.
It's a Dimensions kit. I'm not using the Ada.
Nope, using that same fabric again.
More of this fabric.
Did we have a crap ton of it? No, well, that other piece was given to you.
This you can't even tell what I've stitched on this. It's pretty bad.
I love it.
So I have a couple of ponies.
You got a couple of horses there and some ladies
there. So this really needs some concentrated
love. Here.
Some concentrated love.
It does. It needs some love, Pam. You need to give it some love.
So yeah. So I'll get there. That was a kit, which I took the Ada out.
Yes.
And on the 7th is going to be, speaking of Charles Wysocki, another lovely diddly daddle bag from Teresa. Is a cricket chart.
Yeah, it is.
And I really need to get this done too. Oh my goodness. The chart is, so cute. The pamphlet is called Summers at the Lake. With the old-fashioned bathing suits.
And you're doing the
And the one that I'm doing is this one, as opposed to this one. And it's called Well Suited.
It is.
So, this one, I don't know what this fabric is.
I don't know what that fabric is either. So,
you have to look back in our records.
In our notes.
So this one really needs to get finished up. And this is where I am on it.
I love this. Because you're going to add pictures, right?
Yeah, I have pictures of my paternal grandmother who loved the water. And I'm going to somehow have Barbara...
or... not Barbara.
Well, somebody finish it to include the photographs of my grandmother. Yeah. So that's well suited.
Yes.
And that is for the 7th.
Yes, it sure is.
On the 8th, it's another Red Sox bag from Teresa.
We're not talking about the Red Sox.
But we're not talking about the Red Sox.
Nope.
And this was a Bucilla kit. Good Lord. This all in here. All together. So let me see if I can slide the whole 9 yards out.
Oh, good night. Okay.
There. Okay, so this was a Bucilla Heirloom Collection kit called rural post office at Christmas. It's going to be a beauty.
It is.
But emphasis on gonna be. Because I'm not even going to unfold this fabric. This I know is on my Whipco board, Whipco card, because my goal was to finish the truck for Whipco. And this is where I am on the truck. So you can see the truck and you can see the dog sitting in the driver's seat there.
Driving the truck.
It's absolutely beautiful. In person, I don't know that you can catch all the colors, but man, this is going to be...
Oh, it's gorgeous.
This is going to be a masterpiece when I... I don't mind saying it's going to be a masterpiece when I...
You're going to have to pay to see it, okay?
Yeah, we're going to charge admission for that one.
Just give me a pay. Just... Spending half an hour putting it back in the dang bag.
All right, so that brings us to the 10th.
Oh,
right?
well, hold on. I'm going to put your shit back. Hold, please. Okay.
Yeah.
So, on the 10th...
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
We're really getting to the bottom of the barrel here, folks.
No, we're not. This isn't the bottom of the barrel.
These are some beautiful projects, though.
Okay, my project... And we can go into, like... Okay, so
what we're gonna do is we're gonna make.
Tell them what we're gonna do, Pam. Tell
them.
We're
gonna make little mini videos every night of Mania.
Exactly what we did last year and
just
in 2018.
Like we did. And then, like a lot of people are doing for 24 hours, they make the little mini hourly. This will require possibly nightly videos, and then we'll string them all together, and that will basically be our whip section of our weekly videos.
Correct.
That makes sense? It's what we did last year.
Yeah, and so a lot of the details about the individual projects we'll share when we make those videos.
Right.
So, my project for the 10th, is that right?
Yep, we're up to the 10th.
Yep, is Banana Pants Purdy, designed by DiddlyDaddleDesigns. This was a Mania start in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
And I have no idea what the fabric is, but my goal for this Mania, is to finish the boat up over here. And that is how much I have done. So I have the lighthouse and the Purdy's tail. So. Like my banana needle minder.
Okay. That
is my project for the 10th.
All right. And on the 10th, I am going to work on a Mirabilia that I have been working on for a really long time.
Yeah.
This one is called flying all over the place. I don't know what it's called.
Winter Maiden.
Well, Maidens of the Season, and there were two patterns. Mm-hmm. One contained spring and summer, two ladies, and another pattern contained autumn and winter.
Mm-hmm.
I am only doing winter. Okay,
mm-hmm.
I saw it stitched singly at one of Leslie's Mirabilia Minion retreats, the last one she held in Cincinnati before she moved to Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember the fabric on. Oh my gosh.
This is Opal Looking Glass from Under the Sea
Fabrics. It is from Leslie's Looking Glass, the opalescent version.
Why did you say, oh my god?
Because you saw that on the slip.
Oh.
So thank you.
I thought you noticed something on there that was a problem. Okay.
This is so close to being finished.
It is.
It's not even funny. Here she is.
Oh, she's beaut. She's a beaut, Pam.
Yep. So I'm very close to being.
I love when you work on her.
Yeah, and I haven't worked on her in over a year. I don't think.
It's been a minute.
I really don't think so. At least Mania forces you to
pull some projects out. I
don't like that stitch right there, but anyway.
Well, you can fix it when you work on it.
So this is gonna be really pretty. What?
Nothing.
Am I doing something wrong?
You're not doing anything wrong.
Well, then don't look like that. Then.
Okay, fine.
So that's going to be for the
That was your project for the 9th.
For the 9th?
Yeah.
Why are we on the 9th? I thought...
You thought it was the 10th, but it's not. It's okay. Whatever. We're showing 20 projects. It's fine.
Okay. Keep going, right?
Yeah, you do. Yeah. So next is your project for the 10th.
On the 10th?
Yeah, because I'm doing every 4 days, and so.
Oh, that's what's throwing me off.
I know.
Okay. On the 10th, I am doing the Brooks Books Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, she is.
Lots of people have been asking me whatever happened to that.
It went in a project bag.
It's still here. We came up with an arrangement that is sort of like a pyramid.
Yeah, I love how our both gut reaction was like this.
Yeah. So I'm on the bottom edge, and
this is a present for me.
Yeah, this is going to be for Stephanie, naturally. So that's where I've gotten to, and I think there are, what?
3 characters at the bottom.
3 at the bottom. So I've got Glinda, and I've got Dorothy done.
And next is the Scarecrow.
And next is the Scarecrow on the bottom row. But look at all this fabric. See, this is only going to go up.
Right.
And then the plan is...
Because it goes in order of the characters in the order that she meets them in the movie.
Right. And then the plan is that at the very top is going to be the...
Satsuma
Street, Emerald City.
Yes.
At the top.
Correct.
So it's going to be gargantuan.
Yes, and I'm here for it.
So if I can keep the fabric from fraying on the edges with all the handling, I'll do well.
Okay.
So that is going to be Wizard of Oz.
Then on the 11th.
On the 11th. Lordy, lordy. On the 11th, I am doing a chart from River Drift House that is an homage to Poldark. It's called Cornish Folkies.
This was a Mania 2019 start.
And
it came as a kit.
Yes.
Didn't it? No.
I can't remember. So I've got Ross and I'm blanking out on her name all of a sudden.
It was a kit, but I don't know what her name is. Isabel.
Driselda? Anyway, Ross and Ross's wife.
Okay. Ross and Mrs. Ross.
Yeah. So I've got them done.
Sorry, I don't watch Poldark. I can't help you.
This is real fun. So work on that on the
11th. Yes.
Oh Lord. You know, you think you're whittling away at those whips, and then you realize you just can't die. You just can't die.
No dying allowed.
Okay, what day are we up to now? Okay, we're up to the 12th.
Yeah, can we put this in the middle so I can make sure that we're all both on the same page? Okay.
I know what I'm doing. Do you know what you're doing?
I don't think you know what I'm doing. It's the problem.
What is the thing? Oh, the 12th.
What is the thing?
The 12th is a Bothy Threads cut through called Cut Through Lighthouse. And
you guys love this project.
You guys?
Thank you.
They do? Do you? I don't know.
Lots of cackling in this episode. I'm sorry.
By you, I'm just showing off my whips.
I know.
So this is where I am on this. Seems like I have a lot of extra fabric, but who knows?
It was, I don't know.
So this is where I am on Cut Through Lighthouse. No backstitching done yet. The backstitching will more clearly define this, but clearly the part at the top is the light of the lighthouse.
Because that's how lighthouses are built.
That's right. So, you know, it might be that I just sit and work on backstitching on this. I don't know.
Oh, that would be fun to see.
Then you could see some of the definition.
That could be cool. I'm down for that.
All right. And then on the 13th is...
And then I'll show mine for the 13th.
A prairie moon.
That is... I don't know if this is available yet.
I don't either. It's called The House That Jax Built Too. And the house that Jax built, Roman numeral 1, does not resemble this at all. So no. I'm not interested in Roman numeral 1, but this is the house that Jax built 2, and not much done on this. Look at that. That's it.
Because that was just one day of Mania last year.
Oh,
or no, not one day, but...
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. Okay, so my change of projects for the 13th.
Maybe I should be doing what Stephanie's doing. I don't know.
No, yours is fine. Is a project that is super close here to being done. And that is Christmas Carols by Little House Needleworks. Nope, Country Cottage Needleworks. Christmas Carol. My goal for my 4 days of working on this in Stitch Mania is to get that box done.
Really? That's it? For 4 days?
That is a lot of white and the border and the hanger and the words.
Okay.
This is stitched on 32 count sagebrush by Under the Sea Fabrics. So, all that extra fabric. So, as you can see, yeah, I'm really close to being done. It's just that big block of white up at the top has been taunting me. And as was decided in my Instagram Live last week.
What are you gonna stitch? You're gonna stitch the white first and then fill in the words?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I'm gonna do the white first and then fill in the words. Because I like to stitch the white first in the projects.
Okay. You're going to have to keep track of all your empty spaces for the words.
Yeah, that's called counting. That's why it's called counted cross stitch.
You need to get fresh.
Pam's already tired, and it's not even May yet.
I know. I'm tired thinking about it. On the 14th, I'm going to continue with Pam's Maine 4-day.
Yep.
And so you've already seen that. So we'll just go right ahead to the 15th. And this is my bag from the Netherlands.
Sure is. And that was made by Kobe, and today is Kobe's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Kobe!
Happy birthday, Kobe.
You won't watch this on your birthday, but I hope you had a great birthday.
Yes, we love you.
And the project in the bag is Shepherd's Bush, Sailor Collar.
Terrible photo.
Terrible photo. And this one is quite challenging, but I will finish it. Oh my gosh, where are my stitches? Way up here.
Yeah.
So you can barely see it because it's all white. You can barely...
But this was a kit.
Yeah, it came with... Yeah.
That is the called for fabric.
Yeah, it's a band sampler, and you can hardly see it. Yeah, until you get down to the sailor.
Yep.
But this is going to be a bear. This is going to be a bear. It already is a bear. So.
But you know what, Pam?
What?
You can do it.
I don't know. This has been hanging fire for a really long time.
It's okay.
Okay, so that is the...
Sailor Collar.
15th.
Uh-huh.
The 16th... this llama bag from Leslie Hurley.
Yep.
And it is a Charlie Harper.
Sure is.
Called the Christmas Caper.
I love this project.
And I think this one's pretty close to being done.
Do you?
I think so.
Okay. Let's find out. Yeah,
I think so. So maybe we can finish this one. There we go.
Oh, I love it so much.
I think we can finish that one, maybe. Yeah. You know, the only difficult part is the fact that it's on black. But,
yeah.
But that's it.
That's okay.
And...
oh, shoot.
Everything slip.
Fine. continue to talking.
Okay. Okay. Okay, well, it's up to you now on the 17th.
Just talk about yours.
Oh, okay. So on the 17th, I'm going to be working on another cricket.
Because we're only doing Mania for the first 20 days.
Right. And it's called Sam's in Stripes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm doing this one.
Mm-hmm.
And another diddly daddle bag that she made. I sent her the Civil War fabric. And she made a bag for me.
Sure did.
And this is pretty close to being finished, too.
Yeah, it is.
I'm discovering where a lot of my needle minders are, too. So,
that's funny.
Disregard the needle minder. He really is not one of the guys.
No.
So, I've got 3 of the 4 guys done. So, that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, it would.
To get that done.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. And then what are you going to be doing on the 17th?
So, on the 17th is my first new start because, yes, ma'am, it's a loophole. So, first, it's a loophole because it is a gift. Second of all, it's a loophole because it's a shop model. And I am super excited because, this is, I like to have a project going that is, a stitch along with my best friend Kia. And, if you watched her Mania video, which if you haven't, you should. And then she talked about, first of all, I just need to say that she said, in this Wizard of Oz bag, meet my Wizard of Oz bag. What's in my Wizard of Oz bag, she said? Oh, just a project I'm stitching with Steph. Oh, just a project I'm stitching with Kia. And we are both stitching, one opposite half of, this is the Sewn in Friendship stitch along piece thing, that was from Heartstring Sampler and Plum Street Samplers. So I am stitching this that will be given to Kia. Kia is stitching the Plum Street half, which will be given to me, and they will be shop models at Keepsakes. They'll live together for a while until we get to take them home. So, I have mine all fully kitted up. It's all good to go. And I'm stitching it on 40 count Confederate gray. So then that way, so is she. She's also stitching hers on 40 count Confederate gray. And then that way, when they're next to each other, they sit and they line up together. So I'm very, very excited about that. So that is my one new start for Stitch Mania. And that feels weird to say because I had like 6 open spots.
Well, you're being good.
I just put that in your pile, dang it.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, this goes in my pile.
Oh, sorry. Oh, please.
Okay, and then on the 18th is one that I really need to get back to.
Mm-hmm.
I've had this pattern for, no.
Okay, fine.
For 20 to 25 years. And a lovely group of ladies came up from
Tennessee.
And the leader of the pack,
Mama
Nut, Sandra, was showing me some of her stitching on her phone. We were just sharing pictures.
Yeah.
And she had this. This is a Leisure Arts from Sandy Gore Evans. Take Me Back. And I said, I've always wanted to stitch it. She said, well, let's stitch it together. Well, you know what that does to me.
Well, let's. You know, why not?
That motivates me.
92.
And I was going great guns, but it has been a while. Yeah. So, Sandra, I'm sorry, but at least it's in my Mania plans. Mm-hmm. So I've gotten this far. And it's just darling.
It is. It's lovely.
So, Sandra, I'm back at it. Don't lose hope.
We're coming at you, Sandra.
She is just about finished, if not finished.
Yeah.
I think she sent me an email the other day. And she said she was closing in on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Then on
Day
the 19th is one you've seen a lot of.
Your bags smell good. Like cinnamon good.
I don't know. This one you've seen a lot of, and you've heard the story behind the designer. This is Oceanfront Property, an old Jan Lynn kit, but it was designed by Diane Knott, who contacted me, and we've swapped some lovely memories of days gone by. And why was I working on this so much recently?
Because it was called in your whip go.
Oh, it was on my whip go. Yeah, it was on my whip go. So this is really, the main cross stitches are almost done, and then I have to go back and do the back stitching, which actually I don't think it's going to be too bad.
No.
So this is Oceanfront Property.
Love it.
I do too. I do too.
I love it
so that'll
so
be fun to go back to that.
Yep, sure will.
And then on the, I don't even remember what this one looks like.
Oh, yes, you do.
Oh, my gosh.
It's another gift for me.
This one
that you started
is
before
one
I started
that you
stitching.
put on top of a
Altoid tin.
Altoid tin.
And you don't put it on top, you put it inside.
Oh, you put it inside.
Yeah.
Well, we may come up with a whole different idea anyway.
Yeah, we might.
But this is called Here Fishy Fishy, and it's from Myrtle Grace Motifs. This is really old, folks.
But it's so cute.
And back when Stephanie first started stitching, almost 3 years ago to the day, was when I started stitching this. This is really funny. This,
you guys.
This may be a restart.
You guys.
That's it. That's
you
it.
guys.
I'm ashamed.
I am not. What is that? Oh, damn.
This may be a restart.
Okay, but you have to put in new stitches before you rip that out.
Okay.
That's how the rules go.
I'm glad that's on the last day, because I'm going to be on my last nerve by the 20th of May.
I hope she calls number 7 for whip go. Oh, I hope she does.
Yeah, this is on my whip go.
It sure is.
And we're going to have to talk about that one, because that one is sad. Sad.
We're going to have to talk about
Don't you remember we went down to the needlepoint store?
Do I ever? Oh, yes.
And we were looking at all the Karen threads. And oh, man, that seems like eons ago.
Doesn't it, though? You know what also feels like eons ago?
What?
When we started making this video.
That's true. And we are almost done.
We are.
So,
no, we're done. That's the 20th.
Yep. So, that's Mania for us. We'll see you on Friday with that.
I'm sorry if it felt like we rushed through that, but we wanted to.
Yeah, we didn't really want to make this thing a day-long video.
Correct.
The last order of business is what I referenced a day and a half ago,
right
in the middle of the show.
Yeah. I love it. This is now the third time you referred to it as a show.
Let's go back in time, shall we? To when we were talking about the I'll Be Home sale. Because we got a lovely, lovely email from a woman named Kelly. Hi, Kelly.
Hi, Kelly.
And she said that she would really love to donate a PDF of the I'll Be Home series bundle.
Yeah.
Okay? If you have been considering getting the bundle, and now you know that it's going to be at the reduced price until the
24th.
The 24th of June. You might want to listen up, because we're going to ask you, what did we decide? What your favorite cottage is? Which
cottage would you like to live in?
Which cottage would you like to live in? So that's what you need to comment on if you would be interested in the donated digital copy of the I'll Be Home series bundle.
And so then when I do the search on the YouTube random comment picker to pick a winner, I will search for the word cottage.
Cottage.
So
cottage is the word.
You need to answer the question. The cottage that I would choose to live in is the November, whatever.
Kelly, if she hasn't already, will purchase the bundle PDF, and then we'll get your email if you win it, and she'll email it to you.
There you go.
Okay? So, if you would like to be entered in that giveaway.
Tell us which cottage you'd like to live in.
Obviously, don't say the word giveaway, and all the giveaway rules
Please
apply.
be over 18.
All that stuff. But if you would like to tell us which cottage would you like to live in, that's it. You don't have to tell us why. You know?
Right.
And we'll make arrangements with Kelly to make sure that you get your free bundle of charts.
There you go.
How's that?
Sounds good.
So
thank you for your generous offer.
Yeah, Kelly, that was just wonderful. And so that's going to bring this marathon to a close.
Yes, that is all the information we had to share.
Holy cow, it's getting late and I'm hungry. Here we are again, right?
But the sun isn't even, it's not even dark out yet.
Yeah, isn't that nice?
To be fair. See, it's not even dark out.
No, see, there's a window. Okay, so
foxes used to live.
Thanks for sticking around. Make sure that you check out our promotional items from the twins. Enter the giveaway if you would like to. And look for us on Sunday. So we'll have some Mania progress and maybe some other progress too.
Maybe.
Happy summing up of 24 hours if you did it.
Yeah.
And look forward to Mania if you're going to be doing that.
Yes.
In the meantime, I'm Pam.
And I'm Steph.
And this is
Just Keep Stitching. Bye.